Yeah.
But then I thought to myself, I don't really need my. Well, obviously I need my arms, but I'm not going to be doing anything that is too manually, challenging. Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, they're not in demand. They're not in demand. Basically, he's writing bars with his feet. So
it's like eating with his mouth. It's
actually,
like a trough.
I'll be playing on my keyboard a little bit, playing my guitar. So yeah, no. Anyway, I put it on my left this time because I'm like, if my left is a bit man down. Last time it was only like one day, so hopefully it'll be the same thing.
that's all right. So do you guys do it somewhere internally as with staff, or is it like a vaccination center like everyone?
It's the same. It's the same place that everyone else in Southwark is getting their vaccine from.
Which vaccine are they distributing here?
It's either Pfizer or AstraZeneca.
And what determines which one of those do you get?
It's just random. Whatever you turn up on the day is whatever it's going to be. There's no choice. You know what I mean?
Have you heard anyone who hasn't got allergies that has got AstraZeneca? Because I think everyone I know has got Pfizer. Oh shit, son!
What up?
What up?
What up?
Full house.
What's up, my bro?
Full house.
What's happening?
We've got a full house up in here.
Dang.
It's a full house.
We were just discussing which vaccine I always thought like Pfizer has some sort of rebate system, and that's why everyone's like trying to push that one, where it's like more of a better business deal.
Rebate system? What do you mean?
So like pharmacies will claim back some form of like rebate. I'm trying to use another word than rebate, but I can't seem to think of one.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, there's no difference in payment for the healthcare professional whether they give AstraZeneca or if they give Pfizer. There's no difference.
Yeah, I don't think on that level. A bit more on like with the government and contracts with AstraZeneca, with Pfizer. I might be like, I've got my V3 TV hat on a bit too tight with the conspiracies, but
that's got to do with V3 TV. Why is wait, hold on, that's your own shit.
Interesting.
Don't even try.
It's synonymous.
Shit.
Yo,
I was just trying to gear him up. I was like, there he is. He's listening.
Trying to get this live feed up.
What's up, guys? What are we talking about? I just saw the meeting thing, my thing. I was like, I just want to chat with the homies, so that's why I jumped on. No lie.
Yeah.
They're talking about I know they were talking about getting the which vaccine you could get here in the UK was my question. And
Can't you can get Moderna as well, can't you?
I mean, I don't know what's happening in other boroughs. I can only talk about what's happening.
Sorry. All right. Yeah.
That one is available in the UK though.
Yeah, I don't know. Off the top of my head.
My friend told me up north it is.
Chima, have you been vaccinated?
Yeah, I had my second dose of Pfizer literally about 2 hours ago.
Oh. Yeah. How you feeling, man? Zombie apocalypse. Nah, I was playing with you, man. Man, I miss you, man. How you been?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's hilarious.
So we talking about vaccines? What's the next subject?
No, we're not even. We were just catching up with Dr. Chima. Yeah.
Chima.
Yeah.
No, I was just trying to allude to some sort of conspiracy that.
So are you saying like because of the different prices for the different vaccines, you're thinking? What are you thinking?
I'm just saying, not based on pricing, but the fact that one is a kind of like a very corporate company and the other is just like a academic institution. I just thought maybe they've got like they're pursuing.
AstraZeneca is big pharma as well, man.
AstraZeneca is beyond big pharma.
Yeah. You know what I mean? They're not academically. They're not like pure academic. I don't know where you got that from.
I was under the impression that it just solely came from the university research lab.
No. Pfizer are there just because they were first. To be honest, their vaccine is kind of annoying because of the requirements of the
logistics, right?
Yeah, the refrigeration. Freezing it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I was like, you're going through all these lengths just to freeze this.
But at the time, we needed them fast. You know, now we're all like, oh yeah, it's fine. Cases are coming down. But at the time, we needed them fast. So whoever came first, we had to roll with, even if it logistically it probably wasn't the easiest thing to work around. You know, and we'll never know really if the vaccines are responsible for, touch wood, how well things seem to be going at the moment in terms of recovery. So.
Chima, are you vaccinating people? Chima, are you actually administering the vaccine to anyone?
Not me personally. But my practice is.
I think you'd be like a bartender. You know, a bartender be pouring shots and they pour themselves a shot. You one for me. Spraying that shit.
Who wants one?
I'm a bit jealous because everyone else at my practice is giving vaccines, and obviously it's a very self-congratulatory thing to be doing. If you're not from the conspiracy theory kind of side of the universe, which
Naz, what the fuck was that all about? Why are you trying to? What are you? I'm trying to finish setting up, and then all I hear is like, I'm gonna put on my V3 TV tinfoil hat. I was like, hold on a second. I didn't say.
Hey, Vaughan, any brands?
Come on. You know, the average person is dying to get a vaccine. Like people are like, yo, how do I get moved up? In the queue. You know what I mean? I mean, group 4.
Above average. Oh, anyway, you said the average motherfucker wanted that shit. Anyway.
Yeah, no, my dad took his, last month? Mum's getting hers this Saturday. So I'll be taking her down as well. And you know what? When we first got asked this question, I was like on the fence. I wasn't sure. Like, I know vaccines are good, influenza, all of that, and I think you've touched on it as well about.
Look at Vaughan's face! Look at Vaughan's face!
Yeah, I'm just enjoying these marshmallows.
I can tell. I can definitely tell, bro.
I'm just chilling, man. I'm listening.
Yeah. So, extending life expectancy and all of those benefits that come with it. So, I'm not against it. And again, like, if I don't have anything substantial to stand on, and where I was clearly wrong about AstraZeneca just being from a science lab in Oxford.
I kind of get that though, because they keep going Oxford. So actually, I won't say I think I kind of.
But that's just surface level. My homework should have been a bit deeper. But so I'm open to it. I'm sorry to disappoint you. He's tightening his hat. He's actually tightening it.
He's like, I can't hear this. He's trying to cover his ears.
Trying to make this headache go away you're giving me. I'm just kidding. My mom just had her second dose last week, I think.
How is she?
Yeah, she's fine. But again, much like what you said about your parents, I don't know how old your parents are, but my mom's over 70, so it was like, I just put her business out there, but it's like, yeah, get it. You're gonna get it.
Yeah, I think if you're vulnerable, it's like,
because I don't think of my mom as some elderly woman, because she's still running around and going to the gym and shit like that. But I don't know. I'm glad you took it, your second shot. And my mom was definitely on the wait camp. She was, and my mom is a professor at the University of Michigan, and she teaches public health or something like that. So she has all kinds of information, from like a Big Ten university. She's got the direct feed from labs and whatnot. But she went ahead and got it. She's like, you need to get it as soon as you can. And we're still kind of at loggerheads with that one. But I mean, it seems like the cases actually have gone down so considerably that I feel less threatened by it as long as I'm within certain areas, meaning like I just came back from Ukraine, and I definitely, if I'm clean in a week, then I think I have a pretty decent immune system, because those people are like this when they're talking to me, because, you know, they're putting microphones on me and shit for whatever we were doing. And there's a lot of, you know, makeup people all in your face. And someone on set actually had COVID, so they shut us down for a minute. But yeah, no, I'm glad you're all right, and hopefully your arm is still functional and all that. Let's start the show. What's that? Hold on, let me get us in here real quick, because I haven't even started shit. It's episode 54, guys. Thoughts from LA to the UK. Joined by Jay Rye. I got Mr. Uwe, Chima Anya, and Johnny Voltic with the new screen name. What's up with JOH107555?
It's his phone number.
Oh, jeez. I thought it was some kind of secret code or something. Oh, he needed some help.
What the fuck is that shit?
Bro,
click
the three dots.
That was a mistake.
I want random people to call you.
Call now. Tell us your problems. Johnny Voltic. There you go, bro. So if you're listening on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple, you missed out on all that. Sorry, but you can check it out on YouTube if you want to get Johnny Voltic's number, which we'll blur out now because we want to protect our people. New YouTube channel.
That was actually what?
What was it?
That was actually all the credentials for this meeting. I pasted it into the wrong section.
Yeah, great. So then we're gonna have random people jumping in and shit. I saw something. I was watching
hysterical.
Some podcast, and this guy comes on and he was naked or something because they allow Zoom feeds on their pod. That shit was
chat roulette. That's what it basically is. Oh my god! Please, can we introduce that? That would be so great.
Fuck that. So, new YouTube channel, guys. So I've gotten rid of everything that was old, because most of I think the YouTube channel had been shadow banned. That's why you gotta stop saying that conspiracy stuff, Mr. Uwe, because YouTube and Google shut that shit down. So, it's now V3TV UK on YouTube. Same with what is it called? The Instagram. I missed Instagram. I'm not glad to be back. I know I opened up another account, but I had to because of some work stuff, which, whatever. I didn't want to get rid of it, but I was just concerned with some of the things that they were doing. And I figured out that I can just put it on a dead iPhone that I've got. So I couldn't care less what they access from it, because there's nothing on it except for that app, and that's it. So, again, V3TV UK is that for Instagram. So we were talking about medication. I want to talk about something real quick if we could. And I don't know if you know anything about this, Chima. I'm hoping that you do. And I meant to ask you beforehand so you could prep for it if you don't. Ivermectin. Are you familiar with this drug? Do you have thoughts on it? If you guys don't know what ivermectin is,
isn't it an antifungal?
It's used mostly in like veterinary medicine as a treatment for like some shit, but it's
parasites. Parasites.
Right. They're anti-parasitic. So
the Ionic one.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. I was listening to some shit. Am I on it now? I was listening to this other podcast, and they were talking about this stuff, and I had heard ivermectin over the course of the Christmas holidays, from this UK doctor, and he was talking about how well it abbreviated the duration of COVID infection in people. And I was curious if you had any information, or if you guys had any discussions about this in your circles, because I was reading an article where they did like a double blind. I think it was in Israel, and they had these. They went to like a care home or something. Maybe it was in Germany, one of the two. But anyway, there was an infection rate of like 20. The people that were sick was like 25 to 30%. And then once they put them on this ivermectin, like 5% of them still had COVID after a few days. So the shit was just wiping it right out of their bodies. Is this something that you guys are talking about, and can we get it as the general public?
Ooh.
I've only heard it in the same way I would hear about hydroxychloroquine from the demon sperm doctor in America. You know, it's like the same kind of people that were talking about that are talking about
the demon sperm doctor.
Yeah, do you not remember? Do you not remember her, Stella? I know, you remember her? Do you remember her?
Goddamn, what a name!
She was on the steps of like the White House or something, talking about how she treated 300 people with hydroxychloroquine. Nah, bro, I don't know. I don't know about ivermectin. I don't know. I shouldn't be so what's the word? Frivolous.
Dismissive.
Frivolous. But you know, this always happens, doesn't it? You know, they always come with a wonder cure. You know, hydroxychloroquine was it for a while. Then it was vitamin D. Then it's ivermectin. I'm sure if it becomes proven, like the way, you know, steroids, dexamethasone became proven to actually, you know, stop people from dying, we'll start using it. To my knowledge at the moment, they're not using it. I've not seen it, and I've only heard it, you know, with the same people who are saying we don't need to lock down, we don't need to wear masks, just give everyone ivermectin and we'll be fine. You know what I mean? I that's where I've seen it. So that's why I've not really paid that much attention. But who knows? I mean, what would be the mechanism that an anti-parasite drug would affect COVID? You know, a virus.
Shit, you're asking stuff that is way out of my pay grade. I don't know anything about that kind of stuff. But the article that I was reading, I'm trying to pull it up right here. It was actually in Israel, in the Jerusalem Post. And they tested 100 people with it.
But blindly, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of, so the placebo effect could be playing a part here. I mean, you're saying it's a very high percentage. I mean, at the end of the day, you're saying only 5% were remaining with COVID. Right. But I mean, it could apply to some of the cases, right?
Yeah, of course it could. Double-blind, placebo-controlled study of 100 people with mild to moderate cases of COVID that tested whether ivermectin should shorten the viral shedding period, allowing them to test negative for coronavirus and leave isolation in only a few days. According to his still unpublished data, the guy said the drug was shown to help cure people of the virus within just 6 days. Moreover, the chances of testing negative for coronavirus were 3 times higher for the group that received ivermectin than the placebo, he says, test negative for coronavirus. From a public health point of view, the majority of patients with corona are mild cases, and 90% of these are isolated outside of the hospital. If you have any kind of drug that can shorten the duration of the infectiousness of these patients, that would be dramatic, as then they would not infect others. So, I mean, I know we got this vaccine now, but if you've got something that seems to be available, I don't know why they're not even entertaining the option or the consideration.
No, I'm sure they would entertain it if it worked, but I don't know. I just don't know if it does. You know.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's like when that headline came out recently, talking about vitamin D and. You know, the situation is often way more complicated than, like, you know, a simple one magic bullet. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know is the answer personally. So I need to read about it, to be honest. But I don't think at the moment we're using it.
No, I know we're not using it.
I've not seen it. You know, on any hospital discharge summaries or seen anyone being given it. You know.
So what you're saying is you can't hook me up with a script for some ivermectin.
No, exactly. Because your question was
what kind of friend is this?
Your question was, where can I get this from? You know, how do we get a hold of it? And I'm like, bro, at the moment you don't need to, you know what I'm saying?
I'm not tripping on it at all, but
So
Eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables. Do your exercise. Wash your hands. Wear a mask.
Thing, fucking Hulk Hogan. Eat your vitamins, brother. Keep training.
You'll be all right, man. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. By the way, I don't want to say I'm not completely writing off ivermectin. I don't know. But I remember very early, with hydroxychloroquine, everyone was saying it was the drug. It was the drug. They tested it and they saw that it wasn't the drug. So
this stuff ain't the shit.
What did you say, sorry?
I said this stuff ain't the shit. It's not the drug. It's not the drug.
You can get ivermectin, I believe, for rosacea though, in a topical form. That's where I've come across it.
That's interesting. I just thought it was an interesting article. Thought maybe you might be able to shed a little extra light on it.
Yeah,
since
sorry,
you're in the medical field and all, but you can't. That's all right. I don't expect you to know everything. Come on.
I have COVID fatigue, to be honest with you. I'm so tired of the whole thing, man. I really am.
You must get asked, even from family. Like you must get harassed, man.
Nah, because they got COVID fatigue as well. They don't give a fuck. Whatever happening with
everyone's
COVID,
just fed up of COVID.
It's just like fuck COVID, man. Whatever's happening, whatever shit they want to make up. New variants, you know what I mean? Like, oh, okay, all right, cool, bro, cool story, bro. I like it.
Now you notice now that he's got the vaccine, he's all like, "Fuck COVID, motherfucker."
No.
Kick COVID's ass, motherfucker. I wish COVID would come to my shit. I'd be like, "Yo, motherfucker, I've been vaccinated in both arms, son."
Now listen, man. Obviously, I have respect for the lives it's taken and the serious toll that it's had. But there's no hiding from the fact that it's been completely mismanaged. You know what I'm saying? And the whole thing is just...
You think there could be a black market for like the COVID? Do you think it could be like a black market like for the COVID and shit? Like motherfuckers start smuggling COVID drugs and shit and like selling them to people that they know and shit for like mad expensive.
But somebody is doing that actually. I was reading a headline, probably, I don't remember if I read the whole thing before tonight, about the president of, I think it's Ukraine, where I just came from, was being accused of getting doses of the vaccine for the ultra wealthy in Ukraine. And not, there's no vaccination program there at all. I mean, Ukraine is, to my understanding, the poorest country in Europe. So they don't have the funds for that shit. They spend all their money keeping Russia, from annexing any more of their shit. So there's definitely going to be a black market for it. I mean, there has to be until everybody can get it.
And then it won't be in demand, right? So that's when they will. Yeah, that's the big classic business model.
Flood the market.
That's how motherfuckers is going to turn into zombies. That's what the fuck that shit is. Niggas gonna be trying to stretch that shit out with fucking baking soda and shit.
I got that pure uncut shit, son.
This is Bolivian tar. Nah.
I started watching this program on Netflix called Dope. I don't know if anybody's seen it or not.
Did I see this? I think I started to see it. It's a couple of episodes, right?
Oh my god, yeah. I'm only on like episode 4. I think they looped me in because they did an episode from Detroit where they were selling Molly and shit. So I was just intrigued from obviously a personal standpoint, location wise. This takes me back to what we were talking about on a couple pods ago. I'm watching them set these people up. And they're following the dealers and the smugglers and even the police, and I don't understand why they spend so much money busting people who have personal habits and trying to justify it by saying we're gonna flip them and get to the next person up and this, that, and the other. And it's like, fuck off! You're not doing shit past like maybe 2 levels up, maybe, right? That 2 levels up, that guy's like, fuck it, I'm going to jail anyway. I done been there before. You're not getting his supplier, and they're not in the country. I just think it's so crazy that we spend so much time and money trying to keep people away from shit that they want to do anyway, and people that are providing that for them because that's the easiest way for them to make money because they're in a shitty circumstance. But I think it's a bit.
I think one, it makes good TV. So the Netflix or the production company's probably like encouraging it. No, but on a serious note, it's just those. I'm sure, like in terms of a prison system, privatized prisons, it's like it is what it is on that level, on that scale. It's beneficial to throw anyone in.
I think it is. It's definitely going to make money. I just pulled my fucking microphone out of the stand. It's going to make money no matter what, but at what cost, though? I mean, it's like I see these people. There's like a guy who's been doing crack for heroin or something for like 20, 30 years. And it's like, this guy's not going to not, or it was meth. That's what it was. I'm like, this guy's not going to not do meth, dude. He's not going to not do meth. He's been doing it for longer than most people that I know have been alive, you know? God damn it.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, just as you sort your mic out.
Is that really loud? Sorry about that. It just, the whole thing fucking came out.
Yeah, it's whatever you're taking. You're giving you supernatural strength, man. Just taking shit out of its mixer interface.
I'm back in the gym finally, man. It's like I got to finally hit a gym while I was out of the country for the first time in a year. It was like therapeutic. I can't even tell you how nice it was mentally to actually be in a gym, even though there were only 2 other people in the gym, which was good. But
I do miss it so much, bro. Like,
well, when are they opening them? Do they open the 29th?
Bro, that's the last thing that's gonna open.
Yeah.
Like,
oh man,
like
idiots.
When? I don't even know. Yeah, forget everyone's mental health. Like, but all that. There's a guy called Nick Capo, and he's been lobbying about open, and he's been at it for months on end. And he's just someone who's got a gym, and for the longest, there's no according to him, there's no stats to really justify closing gyms. Like in terms of like sanitization, everything seems to be generally on point, and they'll lower the amount of head counts that could come in footfall, and also the fact that by not going to the gym, you're causing a lot of mental issues because people use that as a platform.
And physical issues as well. People are getting less fit, more vulnerable to COVID.
Everything.
I think it's ridiculous. I think it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. But that's why I stopped paying attention, because I was like, what's the point of paying attention? People just make stupid fucking decisions, and you have to live with them. So I'm not even gonna listen. Fuck it. Someone else can tell me what the fuck's going on. You know what I mean? That has nothing to do.
I don't know, but like we can be selective in our news. Sorry, I'm going to let you chime in, Jenny. But I'll just before
you finish. But Beyonce had the best video of all time. Sorry.
We to be selective in our news and pick it up where we find resourceful information, whereas like where in most of our nation in this country, or most countries, just watch the news. How depressing is that shit, man? Like, I'm like trying to flick it away from my pops. I'm like, yo, enough is enough, man. He's all right. He's cool. But he's like in some. It's kind of like he's an influence in his community. So he's taken it upon himself to keep everyone in the loop, because a lot of people in his generation aren't really switched on, and thanks, like my observation is he sticks to the stats, but then even then, taking in so much of that crap is just, like you say, it's just too overwhelming. And new variants this, new variants that, like that's so bad on the brain. Like honestly, I do tunnel vision a lot, and I'm just like, let me wither away from all of this shit and just focus on me. When I do that, I already feel better. And is it ignorance is bliss? I don't think so. I don't think it is.
What were you going to say, Jenny?
Yeah.
Well, I was just going back to the gym thing, really. Okay, maybe because I don't use weights and equipment and things, but I just find, I don't know, I've had this argument. I'm a bit like, I work out at home and I've got very, very little equipment. You could go running. I mean, I understand also it's like the the idea of like leaving your place and you're like, right, this is where I work out, this is my zone. And yeah, if you're into all the weights and equipment, which is not necessarily easily affordable, but I just feel, I don't know, I just feel you can work out at home. Sorry, this is like the fittest I've been during lockdown. I've never worked out more.
Yeah, fuck working out at home for most people. I mean, I've got a pretty good size space, and your house and your space is 3 times the space that
I work out in my bedroom, which is not like that. I just have a tiny space here, and I just
where do you
happy
live?
to do that.
Where do you live?
In Sunningdale.
Where's that?
She lives right up the street from where I used to live when you came. Oh wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes, and I do have places where I can go for walks and runs. But like he can run around the block. Like I don't know. Like
All right. So let me put this to you. Right. When they closed the gyms, it snowed and it was icy. Yeah. So you couldn't leave your house and go.
So you work inside. I'm sorry. I feel like at the end of the day, I'm sorry. People work out in prison cells. Work out in prison cells. I work out in a tiny room. I have to move my furniture. I have to do all these kind of things so I can work out. I'm sorry. It can be done.
Just because you can do it doesn't mean everybody can do it. I know chicks that take sex up the butt, but that don't mean every chick's gonna want to take sex up the butt. No, so don't try and start saying that everything is everybody.
I'm not saying I'm in some crazy, like I've got my home gym or anything. I'm like literally like I've got a kettlebell, got a couple of weights. Huh?
I think.
Listen, I also guarantee you the workout that you're doing at home is not going to be a quality workout. All right, I guarantee you. My girlfriend exercises in here, and her fitness is.
I like to speak on this because
it's dreadful.
I totally fucking agree. Actually, I
her
have
cardio.
I sweat like profusely when I work out. I mean, it depends. I mean, I
sweat when they just walk, so that don't got nothing to do with
shit. That's got nothing to do with anything.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
That's got nothing.
It's a good fucking indication. I think actually to do like cardio and things like that. So
I thought it just means you need to exfoliate. That's all that meant.
I'm not just sitting here with a radiator glass.
Johnny, what you saying?
I'm not just like, I'm just gonna fucking, I don't know, hotbox my room. That's what like.
Johnny, you were gonna say something. You wanted to.
I was just gonna talk about like understanding what it means to go to the gym, because for me personally, I started off as a member, and then I worked in the fitness industry. I became a salesperson. I became a trainer. I taught fitness classes. And there's something about like having a gym and getting your workout in. You know what I mean? And like a shout out to all of us who like who maintain ourselves in the middle of like just being at home, because most people are not conditioned to work out at home. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's one of those things where like going to the gym is like the whole act of it. And I think also what humans are missing is like that sort of animal side of our lives, you know what I mean, of our DNA, of taking some weight, throwing it in the air, being in that sort of pack mentality almost. Like, I'm not saying motherfucking Timberwolves out this bitch, but you feel me? Like the whole idea of just working out and being outside in that environment, using machines, and there's a whole thing about it. And some of us got that strength to just be working out at home, you know what I'm saying? And some of us don't, and it's like it's it's the sport of going to it. It's a sport. It's like a club sport, and some people go to the gym and they're loud and they want attention. Some people real quiet with the headphones in and shit like that. And,
it's a different energy when you're around a bunch of people that are working out.
Totally. But you have to be adaptable in these times, and there's only like now the end is in sight. I mean,
but I was watching this interview on a different podcast, and the guy was talking about aliens. And Chima, you're gonna love this. So basically,
Chima, I get on one of those with us. Come on, man, I got my bong out.
Basically, the guy was talking to, the guy was asking him questions, and he's like, well, how did they communicate that to you? He's like, well, their mouths never moved, and they seem to be communicating with me and through with each other, and even with their aircraft mentally, right? So, and their bodies are so small because they've developed a bigger brain because they don't need muscle anymore, because they don't talk and they don't fight, they don't have war, they're not savages like we are now. See, so this whole concept and this notion that we need to be in physical shape is just because of what we are now. So Jenny's already moving past that level of the evolutionary process from alien to human or human to alien by
guys,
being,
catch up.
by being able to work out at home. And eventually she won't even need to work out. Like her great grandkids will be 3 feet tall with these really big heads and a slit for a mouth. And they have like little tiny.
Be nice to me so you guys can get a place on my UFO, and maybe I have a gym just for like old school.
Retro thing.
But see, the thing is, it goes beyond just the question of the gym. They stop people doing sports. They stop.
I do understand that, given the circumstances. I mean, the States, brilliant fucking track record there. So many lessons we should be learning, even though we've fucked up tremendously. But sorry, the States are not a fucking world-class example.
That's like sorry, go on, Chima. I feel like I'm butting in.
Given the circumstances, outdoor transmission of COVID is so low. So if you're talking about actual science, given the circumstances,
fuck it.
You don't See,
I hate logic, man.
Listen, you know what? You come from one perspective of where, like, if I can do it, then anybody can do it, right? And then Voltic came at with I'm going by your surname there, bro, but we could go with Zoo too. I don't know which way we're going with this, but anyway, Johnny was saying how there's different perspectives and how people have different strengths and weaknesses, right? And that's what Vaughan was chiming in on, and that's where it comes to. We need to have a little bit more empathy, because I picked up loads of skills in this lockdown. Like I'm a better cook than I ever was, and like but then
that's because you're getting married. You have to be a better cook than you ever was. You've got a new rule book coming your way in the mail, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, so if we ever have an argument, I can still feed myself. So the point here was essentially, for me, I bought some equipment because it got that bad, and I was like, no, I need it. I need to, like, some catharsis up in this, like repressed emotion. I need some weights, like push-ups or like running wasn't doing it for me. And then but even then, I don't have any space in the house to do it. I was doing it in the garden, but it's just like the motivation to take everything out the shed and then set it up is a challenge mentally. Like, I find that so much harder than working out. So like going to the gym was like it was a build up. It was like just like I was really resonating with that, Johnny, man. I was like, yeah, man, I used to like long it out to get out the house, but once I got in the car, I was building myself up, man. I was like, oh shit, it's like a new day begun for me.
But I think maybe
you can go get a pedicure somewhere, or you can just, you know what I'm saying, or you go to the gym. It's like, or you can do your feet at home.
But my point, I think, is more about being adaptable given the circumstances. I think that's it. It's not like forever. And I do understand people associate different things with gyms, for example.
Damn it,
like,
I have not been able to see a prostitute, a stripper, or nothing for almost a year. And now you're telling me to adapt. I got to adapt to the gym for this long?
Adaptability has favored you because your sex dolls business did actually kind of like see a boost. So therefore, maybe you should have a hats off to adaptability there.
No, there was no boost. It's because all those dolls came from China, and China was shut down, so I couldn't get any stock.
Okay, now you just bitter they came from China, but if they hadn't been, you'd be in the money. Let's put it that way. But, Chima, to go back to what you were saying about, about contracting COVID outside, there's less likely chance. So I guess that is a good argument for having these like team sports and stuff and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, so from a public health policy, right, you need to put as little barriers in terms of to exercise as there is, as Naz already beautifully explained, as Johnny already beautifully explained. exercise is full stop. Human beings need it now in order to stay healthy. So if you put the barriers in the way, so like you said, go for a run. Well, we couldn't go for a run for the past like 2 months because there was ice on the road. And if you go for a run, you fall over. If you live in London, likelihood is you don't have the space to exercise. So why would they do all of this? And then there's the whole mental health side of things in terms of you can do outdoor team sports. The risk is so low, and that's scientifically proven now. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it didn't make sense. And then actually the type of exercise you do, I promise you, if you ever go and try and actually do extended exercise over, like, go for a 5-mile run, you'll see how much benefit whatever you're doing in your house is doing for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to really, really test the body in order for the body to adapt. You keep talking about adapting, and I agree, we do need to adapt. You know what I'm saying? Like 100%. But the exercise thing, that was dumb. To me, it's completely dumb, and they need to bring it back, because actually, so another thing that we've seen is, for example, people's diabetes skyrocketed, right? So what does that do? It puts a whole bunch of people who before weren't at big risk from COVID, because COVID generally, it kills people who are obese. You know what I'm saying? The amount of people that put on weight during the lockdown. And now, so all of those people before weren't clinically vulnerable. Now they are, because you've not let them exercise. You've made it difficult for them to exercise. That's dumb to me. You know what I'm saying? And I know, and I appreciate what you're saying about adapting, and I agree on a certain point, but not on the exercise point, because exercise is just vital to human existence. You know what I'm saying? So
there's this guy who put an ad into the newspaper in California who is trying to solve just that issue, and he titled his ad, "I want to chase someone." So I'm seeking someone who will let me chase them. Age and gender doesn't matter. You can be real old or a lady or black, as long as you can go real fast. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter where it happens, inside or outside, but you have to be fun to chase.
Oh my God, I love it. I actually had this idea a long time ago to get me running. Was that it sounds pretty like twisted actually, that I would have somebody who was like wanting to like pretend to like mug me, and they're like wearing a balaclava and they have like a fake knife, and I'm just like running away.
Jenny's one of those.
No, but Dave, that's exactly what you've just spoken about. Is exactly the key to making exercise accessible for people.
I thought you were going to say fun.
No. Certain white people see me.
No, the concept. Not obviously not like being robbed or chased with a knife, but you have to you can't just be like, okay, stand in your room, lift a sack of peas 10 times. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying this is the ideal thing. I'm not saying. I was just literally saying, if you really, sometimes you want to keep fit, you've got to do these really shitty things.
What
in a boring setting.
Innovative. These are innovative things.
What did you say, Johnny? Sorry?
I said I definitely was doing curls with my speakers, but continue.
Yeah, I do it with my shopping. When I go to Sainsbury's, I walk home from shopping and I do like bicep curls.
Oh my God, it's fucking believable. Buy some power blocks, you fucking pussies. Anyway, so the guy says, I want the chasing to last a long time and I want to be sweaty, but I have to catch you in the end. So if I don't catch you,
that's weird. He messed it up with that last line.
Yeah.
If I don't catch you, then you won't get paid. But
there's no situation where you win in this end, because I was just thinking, what if I live by the beach? If I ran and I jumped in the water and he tried to catch me in the water, I'd be safe. But that shit's still nasty too. I'm sorry, dude.
He says you can't let me catch you and be easy about it. If you don't, if you do, you won't get paid. After the chasing, you should say something to me like "good running" or "you're very fast." And give me a high five, a one-handed high five, or both hands high five is fine. Not because I told you to, but because you think it. Afterwards, you should post a picture of me on your Facebook and make the picture caption say "he caught me."
I think this is a business right there. I honestly feel if somebody offered this service, I'd be in. To be honest.
No, but it is interesting that he's put that, because how many sports are actually based on you chasing someone or being chased?
Yo, what he just added hide and go seek.
Chasing a ball.
It's like tag.
Yeah, I used to play tag rugby. Yeah,
we call it.
Some fat guy.
Martial arts.
Stand on me, break my arm.
Doing sparring.
So would you do it? Would any of you guys do it?
No, of course
I
not.
would.
She was like, "Fuck that shit." Hell yeah!
Yeah, I would.
I'm getting paid.
Certainly, I would.
I'm saying they can throw that shit in the Olympics or into some special shit.
So, what sport do you specialize in? Chase. I'm a chaser. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, I don't know about. It's like the running man.
It's kind of
that's just opened my mind, because most mainstream sports are people chasing each other, right? Like football, they're chasing after the guy who has the ball. Basketball, they're chasing after the guy who has the ball.
Yep, rugby, hockey, everybody's chasing whoever's
rugby, American football.
You're being chased by the guy with the
you're not
fish.
chasing after the ball. Nah, like you got bocce ball and shit like that.
Oh, you got like tennis. You got like tennis.
Yeah, well, not every sport.
Yeah,
It's still basically every sport, with the exception of horse riding and automobile racing, involves you running around.
No, but car racing. Yeah, car racing is chasing whoever's at the front.
I mean, actually, physically running. You're physically chasing somebody or something.
Yeah, no, I feel you. I never realized it all boiled down to that. That's so crazy. The guy really he's figured out what it is that's so fun about all these sports, and he's like, okay, we can't do the sports. I just want to chase someone
like that.
But do you think that kind of talks to our caveman
Did you just
instincts?
fucking say pole vaulting?
Just thinking of that.
How did you just gloss over that one?
Sorry, Jenny.
Chasing the bar there.
But you're still running, though. You're still running.
Yeah.
You're still running.
That shit ain't nothing but thievery shit right there. You know? Like, how can you jump?
No, pole vaulting is like you're running away from someone and there's an obstacle in your way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you've got like a 70-foot spear, I don't think that you should, in reality, be running from fucking anybody.
Yeah, because you don't want to fight. You don't want to fight. You want to get away. You want to get away.
Yeah. It depends what you're running away from. Plus, like, what happens if there's a wall? You know, you're like, shit, I need to get over this.
Exactly. That's the whole concept.
My pole.
Because main sports, motherfuckers be pulling a damn tractor down the street and shit. You know, those strongman competitions, throwing kegs over the wall and shit.
Or gladiators. That was, I mean, I always thought it'd be an amazing idea to have a gym that was modeled on gladiators. I really thought, like, you know, I would pay good money for that.
Because you got like the parkour. There are probably tons of them because they got like the parkour gyms and shit. They got climbing walls. You know what I'm saying?
No. I want like a gladiator chasing me, and I want to be like on that. You know, the what do you call it? Like the speedometer thing at the end. You go like, which is basically just like a long treadmill. What's it called? Like the
Travelator. Yeah.
You talking about American Gladiators? What's that?
Yeah,
reverse escalator.
Your insurance.
Come on after WWE wrestling.
That's cool. I'll sign a waiver.
There's definitely a market for stuff like that. I know there was a place that I wanted to go to. I actually had come up with this concept years ago when I lived in California and just never did it. But now it's taken off, and they're called, what do you call them? Like rage rooms, I think is what they're called. And basically, you pay to go and trash a fucking room, you know, for like 20 minutes or something like that with a baseball bat or an axe or whatever. So you pay, and like I used to work at this hotel, and they would throw away all these dishes because like it was a fine dining restaurant. So if it had like a minor little chip in it, they'd have to throw the whole plate away. And I would see this every night. I'm like, this is like stock that these people are throwing away. You know, people pay big bucks to just go into these places with a baseball bat and just trash the place. And that's an incredible business model.
You hear about this room that they have that you can go in where there's like no sound, everything is completely dead, and it's like pitch black. It's like the scariest shit ever. Really liberating, one or the other.
Yeah, it could be like a really cool like meditation place, but at the same time,
But
yeah,
there's no
it could
sound.
be.
It doesn't bounce. Everything is completely dead. So there's absolutely.
Yeah, it's like some acoustics engineer. I read somewhere where they're literally like you could hear your heartbeat. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't want that.
I don't know how trippy that might be because I feel like I got quite sharp ears. The light bulbs trip me out. Like I can hear them and they bug me out sometimes. I don't know how it'd be like in that silent room, bro.
That's
might get some good feelings eventually.
I wore earplugs to bed one night because my neighbor's dog wouldn't stop barking.
Oh, worst.
Man, I was hearing all kinds of like demons in my head and shit because it was so quiet at night. Yeah, I can't have a silent room like that. I need to have noise.
Shit.
Otherwise, like I go and step into my psychosis and shit. And stuff.
Do you guys play anything in the background? That's deep. That's very deep.
Step into my psychosis. I like that. That could be an album title. Step into my psychosis.
I think Gray needs to forget the detox and come out with that.
I saw the coolest shit I've ever seen, I think, a couple days ago. Quite possibly the coolest shit I had ever seen.
Oh, you finally watched my music video?
I didn't say the dopest shit. I said the coolest shit.
What did you see?
It was a
it was Johnny
one of
Walker's
these
video.
It was on one of these like ancestor, .com type websites. I think it's called myheritage.com. But they've got this thing on there called Deep Nostalgia AI software. And what it does is at least how they advertised it when I was looking at it, and I tried to get it to work, but it was taking too long. And probably because people were flooding this website because this was an ad on my news feed. But anyway, so you put your picture in, and basically it's geared towards older pictures. Obviously, you want to look at like your grandma from 1940 or whatever. And they had these pictures, and this software was animating the pictures. Like it was a 1D picture, a black and white photo of this woman in the app, and the woman's head starts turning and she starts smiling and her eyes are blinking. This software basically animated. It was definitely freaky, but it was so
like deep
cool.
Face, right? It's what they use deep face for, like.
It's a similar concept, but it's used for pictures.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's just crazy, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
My explanation of it doesn't do it any justice. If you see it, I'll try and see if I can find the link on my phone from where I saw the ad. But when you see it, and they even tell you, they're like, if you're going to do this to somebody, you might want to let them know before you do it because it can be kind of emotional. It looks like you're watching a TV clip or a video clip. It's like about 5 seconds or so of them moving around. And
what's it called? Can you put it in the chat?
It's in my phone. I don't have it. I'll send it at the end. I'll remember, promise. But the thing of it is that like I was talking to my mom about one of her aunts, my great aunt, and it's like I remember her when I was really little, and I don't have any memories of her, as an adult or any really at all. But to be able to animate somebody from that long ago, that shit was heavy, man. Like when I saw it, I was like, this is the fucking future. Really cool. Like things are about to change, I think, hopefully for the better.
But I mean, like for example, at Coachella, didn't they have like these like holograms or whatever, like Tupac and things? And then didn't Kanye West?
Did you just fucking call him Tupac? He's not a fucking soda. Make it a 3-pack of Mountain Dew.
What?
Tupac.
But then like Tupac, sorry. So then
do you say hold on. Do you say Jay-Z or do you say Jay-Z?
Oh come on, I'm not that bad.
I don't know why Vaughn's talking. He didn't know who Fela Kuti was, man.
Come on, man. That's not.
Come on, bro. Come on.
I've not had
Chill out, bro. Chill out, bro.
Did you click the link? Did you click the link I sent you?
What'd you say, Johnny?
I was saying, the thing about Fela is one of those people is like, if you don't know Fela shit, as soon as you find out, you'll always feel like you're late. Because I remember I found out about Fela like 2003, and I was like, "Fuck, how the fuck?" Everybody's like, "You don't know Fela," and you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're back to you.
Yeah, 2003 is different from 2021, bro.
Whatever, he's in the industry too. He's a musician. He's supposed to know all that shit. It's too much music, man. There's too much fucking music. I can't know it all. Anyway, we stole the thunder away from Jenny, and she was talking about
not thunder.
Sorry,
But no.
Yeah, Kanye did it for yeah.
Like he didn't. Of her dad. And
by
for
the way,
yeah.
they're getting divorced.
Yeah, that's just official now.
Demon, man, that's such an evil laugh, bro.
Oh man, he almost had us. He thought I thought this shit definitely isn't gonna last. And then it was lasting, and I was like, damn, I was wrong, but I was right.
Let's hope he's stable from this outcome. Let's hope he has some stability and is stable from this outcome.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who's the negative influence in that?
Old Kanye.
Yeah, exactly. I think the press are like, woo!
They're already stretching out.
It's like,
here we go. Time to start setting up camps everywhere and taking pictures. That's how they do in LA too. They will be waiting.
I was thinking about this the other day. How you got to be cut from a different cloth to be like Pap. Like to be like running around in someone's grill. I gotta get this. I gotta know this. Like I gotta like
monsters, dude.
Yeah, like no remorse. Sorry, you're talking about Tupac.
And I was just saying because of his hologram.
I just wanted to say I'll see better days when you say Tupac. Pun intended. Sorry, had to throw that.
Do you know what's really crazy as well is he Kanye did that gesture for Kim with her dad, the hologram of her dad. But at that point, I think they were already splitting up, weren't they? That's what the
rumor report.
That's what is coming out now that they've filed for divorce. Because she was very public about that hologram. I even ended up seeing that hologram.
Oh, did you?
And I don't watch Kardashians despite Chantel watching it, and I don't follow them on, Instagram or anything like that. So I find that really interesting,
You tell Chantel that she, despite having never met me, has already lost a cool point.
No, you know what? I like that. I like because having a partner who's like into all the whack shit means that.
Well, they drip feed you, and you're acting like, oh,
no. It means that I stay aware of what's happening.
It's basically what you need to say. It's like Discovery Channel. It's balance.
It's balance, bro.
Fuck off. He's like, I kind of enjoy it, but I use her as my scapegoat.
No,
being on. No, I don't watch Chantel be watching that shit, dog.
It's like, I just put the TV on for you.
You share a Spotify account, I promise.
She knows all the names, all the episodes.
Yeah,
I saw that one.
bro, that's how I know about these at-home fitness people. Instagram influencers.
Like this is the Kardashians. Like, yo, this is a bullshit. What he said? Oh yeah.
we need to ask your missus's opinion on what you say about it, or like you probably
so
don't.
It's bad stupid.
I bet she's like, he can't get enough.
So it's either you can't get enough, or he's like gunning it down every 5 seconds.
Babe,
like,
it's about to start. Man? Hurry up.
Kim Kardashian marathon this weekend. I know what he's going to want to do.
No, I feel you though. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. No one does. I think he's going to come out on the bad side of it. I think, especially because he lives in her little kingdom, doesn't he?
So. I think so. I do think so.
I think we need to think about what like in actuality, like what is really going on, which is this is a union that they made that's falling apart. It's quite sad, man, because look at the kids. You know what I'm saying? Think about all of that and all of these things. You know what I mean?
How many kids do they have?
3.
But
why are you pretending?
I know. He knows their names and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Middle names.
That's a tragic thing. Even if it was 2 even if it was even
just
if
a
it
normal
was,
family,
if it wasn't like
I'm sorry, I can't pretend. I
You know
can't
what?
pretend to see the tragedy.
I mean,
Man,
yeah, there's
man,
far
it's
too much
children-
comedy into this. I mean, to even consider the tragedy.
it's
I
Bro,
children.
mean,
isn't it like her
not see
third
that.
marriage? Is it not
exactly.
her
That's
third
my
marriage?
point. Look at who she is, the kind of fuck shit she's been doing her
Do you know
whole
what I mean?
life.
Come on, bro.
She is like the. I'm not gonna say that because I'm not. That takes it up to 11. But she is like the dumpster of Hollywood, man. She has been
The Dunster.
dumpster.
Oh, no.
She has been
The
here and
dumpster,
there,
the
to and
dumpster.
fro.
Bro, you know how
Yonder
much?
and here.
Do you know how much damage the Kardashian brand has done to women, to young females worldwide? Don't tell me that this is a tragedy.
That's my stance. The only tragedy where I stand with what Johnny was saying is that he's splitting up a home.
Yeah, I mean, think about the children. Think about the children, guys.
Yeah. But maybe 90% of the time they were the nannies anyway. But I'm not judging.
It comes down to has it been a toxic situation for her?
Exactly. So
I see that's where you're coming from, Chima. Is that what it is?
Well, I don't know. I can't speak for what's going on. I mean, she seems to be turning a corner, isn't she? Like a lawyer now,
And she's like
humanitarian lawyer. It's like.
So wait, did she go to law school? She actually gone to law school.
He about to get ran for the cake. Damn.
Yeah.
Jesus.
What? I didn't
maybe
hear that.
that's one word.
For his sake, she didn't know what a prenup was until they got married.
No, they have a prenup. They had a prenup, but
she makes bank. She makes bank though, right? So
yeah. They're both a lot richer. Yeah, they're both. But don't underestimate how much money Yeezy is making.
I'm not suggesting he's not making money, but he wasn't crying that he was poor not too long ago.
Yeah,
what's your definition of poor?
No, his definition. It ain't my definition. She bailed his ass out, didn't she?
Yeah, but he's got money now.
Oh, he flipped that.
Yo, the Kardashians, no cap. Kardashians straight weaponized family life, bro. Like, real shit.
Like what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
How the fuck are we talking about the Kardashians? Change the fucking subject. We're talking about my heritage and deep nostalgia AI, and then we start talking about the.
Right, let's just talk. We can talk about what Chima wants to talk about for once,
Jenny brought up Kanye's hologram. We were talking about recreating people and making them say things that perhaps they didn't say in real life. And then
you got all excited about the Kardashians, and then I remembered, and you're like, I saw watching with the Kardashians last week, y'all. Y'all didn't see it? Let me tell y'all what happened.
And then I remembered that Kim and Kanye are splitting up, and we hadn't talked about it, so we started talking.
It's different trains of thought. I see what it is.
Everything's connected. Sorry, Naz, what are you saying?
Yeah, no, I just had a realization. I'll share with y'all off camera.
Is it that deep?
You asked me something, Naz. You asked me something the other day, and I told you to save it, and I don't even remember what it was. You remember what it was? I'm trying to find it.
It was in the chat, I'm sure. I don't recall. But whilst you find it, have you guys seen what the Dr. Uma Johnson's been doing, man? An opinion on that, because a few of my friends and I just think he's a bit much, man. I'm all for promoting where there's I'm all for equality, or I'm here to promote a lack of a platform for a kind of people, whoever, I'm here for the justice. But he's bringing down UK actors just because he's why the hell are UK actors coming in and playing Black American role models? And I'm just dude, these British actors haven't had any slack for years. It's only just the last few years that you're seeing some progress for UK actors, especially Black American UK actors. So Lakeith Guy and what was it, Daniel Kaluuya?
Kaluuya. Is Lakeith not American?
Lakeith is, but that I can't pronounce it. Kaluuya is he's British.
I think right. I saw the video that went viral, that Dr. Umar did recently, where it basically he was criticized, and the small snippet that I saw that went viral was he was criticizing Daniel for emphasizing his British accent too much, which obviously is completely idiotic. However, I do think there is a valid point in criticizing Hollywood directors for prioritizing British trained actors over. Are you going to tell me that there's no American black actor that can play Fred Hampton? It's a different level of. It's like a different level of classism. You know what I'm saying? Well, we have a black American actor in the studio with us today, so let's hear like how he feels about it, because I can understand why people, like, if you're in the game there, and literally all of the high profile roles for black actors seem to be going to UK based, and this guy Daniel as well has gone on record saying, I'm bored about talking about race. If you're bored about talking about race,
I don't condone that.
Why have you done Get Out, Black Panther, and now a film about Fred Hampton? Of course people are going to ask you about race. You know what I mean? So I feel like there was a lot of layers to what Umar or Umair or whatever was trying to say. But I empathize with that point of English, because I think it's just another layer of racism. It's like the black American actors aren't good enough. We need to go to England to get them. You know what I'm saying?
I think what you might be seeing, and I'm probably wrong because I'm wrong most of the time, is you've got more producers that are from here they're just producing work over there, and they're bringing the people that they know or are most comfortable with or have worked with in the past, and a lot of them happen to be British. And to be honest, I know, and I was having this conversation when I was in Ukraine. I was like, name 10 black A-list actors. You don't have an answer for that. Nobody has 10. Nobody.
Is John Boyega? Would he be A-list?
No, but go ahead.
No.
Who else?
Denzel Washington.
Yeah, right. One.
Will
Samuel.
Right. Once you can hit 5, but once you get past 5, you're gonna struggle.
Eddie Murphy, did you say?
Yeah, he's legacy though. He technically doesn't count, but he's A-list.
Old name.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, yeah.
Right, that's 5. Who else?
No,
fuck off, Forrest Whitaker.
Morgan Freeman.
What? Nah, Forrest
Morgan
Whitaker.
Freeman.
Yeah. Mahershala.
Panic Room, man. I felt that guy's pain.
You got people like Michael B. Jordan. He's not A-list. I mean, white people don't know who that is, and I'm not trying to sound racist, but if I don't know who you are on all aspects of cinema, then you're not considered A-list.
Daniel Kaluuya is probably
who
A-list.
Who's that? Who's that?
Get Out, Black Panther.
Do you know who that is?
He won a gold.
If you said his name, would you know who he was?
He won a Golden Globe like yesterday.
Doesn't matter.
For Get Out. Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
You know the name, or you know the character from the film?
I know the part he played in the film. Yeah.
Exactly. So that's my point. So anyway, the point is that there's not as many.
Ah, interesting.
There aren't as many. There's no such thing as 10.
Did you say what about the females? Shout out Johnny Voltic out there.
Yeah.
That's even
good
worse.
Point.
But I mean, I think you get who's the best person for the part, and it started with Craig Ferguson came over and started doing the Late Show. You English people started infiltrating American media, and you guys have just started taking shit over. So now we've got the other guy doing the Tonight Show. The Tonight Show, I know who's the guy that does the Tonight Show?
Is it South African guy?
No, yeah, you got him too. But no, I'm not talking about him. That's the Trevor Noah that does the Daily Show. Yeah. The Tonight Show is like the show. It's like the biggest.
Is it not Jimmy Fallon?
Whoopi Goldberg.
No, fuck. What the fuck? The kind of chubby guy. You guys are trash. So you guys don't.
Oh, Jamie Corden. Jamie Corden.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I was thinking of like someone like from African descent. Like I was like, who?
No. But my point is that you guys have made
English people are taking over. Is what I was trying to say.
Yeah, you've made such a move. I mean, the Tonight Show is like the biggest show in late night TV outside of maybe Saturday Night Live, which is garbage now. But
who did it before? Who did it before?
Jay
Corden?
Leno. Jay Leno did
Leno.
it forever,
Yeah,
and then before Jay Leno, it was Johnny Carson. Like he was the guy. That's like Bob Hope. You know, he was the only guy that you went to for late night TV, and then of course you get all these other shows that pop up. Wow. And then they had Arsenio Hall that came out, and then black people had a show to look at for hip hop type shit, and because it was only the Johnny Carson show. So you guys as English actors have infiltrated that market and you've done it well. You've always had a position of esteem and credibility immediately in an American, in our market with your accent. With your accent alone, you're automatically the banker or the evil bad guy in the film. You're always either the really smart guy, the doctor, or Dr. Evil. And I just think that you guys have made. Someone was telling this young black guy on set the other day. He's like, yeah, I was thinking about California. I'm like, how old are you? He's like, I'm 23. I'm like, you need to fucking go right now. You need to just go. You're English, work on your American accent, and go party. So don't wait till you're 30 like I did to go to LA. That's a big mistake. So, I mean, whoever's good enough for the job, give it to them.
I think that's a really interesting opinion on it. And but I still think, nevertheless, if you've got these English producers going over there and they're essentially telling the story of Black Americans, I don't believe that only UK Black actors are trained well enough to play these roles, especially UK Black actors who say that they don't want to talk about racism. They don't know why racism exists. In a recent interview, he said,
When did he say that? Bro?
In a recent interview.
Who said this?
So he got pulled up in like 2018. He gave an interview saying he didn't want to talk about race anymore. It was boring. It was an agenda that people were pushing. He just happens to be black. He's just an actor that happens to be black. Why would you use someone like this to play Fred Hampton? I don't understand.
It's basically, it's not what you know, who you know. Is that where we're going with? Like, it kind of ties in what.
I'm going to show you the article right now. I'm going to post it for you, Daniel.
Let me tell you this. Let me say this. That people are not defined by previous thoughts and decisions, and you got to remember that things change and people grow and change, and awareness. No, you're and and so we can't pass judgment on it like that because we don't know the story and that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because
we define people by their past judgments or past actions, though. So that's true. I'm not defined. I don't define myself by those things, but we externally define other people by what they've done. So what you're saying is absolutely right, but in that context, I think. Because that's just how we are. We're always going to judge people from,
Yeah.
What? No. Yeah. What?
In actuality, it's nice that.
I'm saying, there's no telling what has happened with him.
No, you're right. But I saw a recent interview with this guy,
right,
where he brought up because people were upset by what he said, understandably so.
Well, rightfully so. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but didn't some hip hop artists do the same shit? I can't remember who it was.
All of them. There's a big category of black people who become successful and then divorce their success from their race and think that they're the only reason why they're successful. And if other black people are struggling because of systemic racism, then they've made themselves the victims. That's why I get really angry about this, because I see it a lot in the medical field. A lot of black people who think that they're better. You know what I mean? When it's just that your circumstances have allowed you to succeed. Contrast someone like read the article that I said. Contrast him to someone like John Boyega, who went out of his way to tell Star Wars to fuck off. Do you know what I mean? Because he was just the token black guy in there, and they had no intention of, kind of.
You should have been the motherfucking Jedi. Shit.
Huh?
Yeah.
Suck my dick.
So, but yeah, so, and then there was a recent, after, I know what you're saying, Johnny, and people grow up. This guy's young and he's dumb and he's like completely involved in himself. So recently he gave an interview And because I've spoke to a guy who actually he's the exec for Race on the Agenda in the UK, who we've discussed this guy before in this interview. And then he showed me this interview as if he explained himself. And in this interview, he goes, I was born in 1988. I don't know why racism exists. Why do you ask me why racism exists? Contrast this with other people who were born in 88. People like, I don't know, LeBron James, or, you know, people whose art is not even based on, you know, this guy's whole persona is based on Get Out, Black Panther. I know he did acting stuff before that. Well done. But let's be honest. The only reason we're talking about him is because he did Get Out, Black Panther, Queen and Slim, and now the Fred Hampton thing that he won a Golden Globe for. And you want to say, don't ask me about racism. I don't know anything about it. Whereas you've got basketball players.
How long ago was this? The
recent thing maybe is 1 or 2 months ago. That article that
Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah. That article that I sent you was.
Did you call him Kaluuya?
No, I thought Kalulu.
So going back to the Doctor. So going back to the Dr. Umar thing, I think that's what he's picking up on, because he said, is he just another guy coming to Hollywood to make his money? Which, based on what his statements have been to this point, he is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Make your money, but don't make your money playing Fred Hampton. You know what I mean? But make your money playing, I don't know, Doctor Who or
but
something.
I mean, this could be an undercover thing as well, though, to be like, you know what I'm saying? Stay off the radar. You feel me?
Stay off whose radar? Whose radar is he staying off?
Oh, you mean the white man's radar?
It is.
Okay. But then I can't rate that. You can't play Fred Hampton and try to stay off the radar, bro. Come on, man.
I don't think he's trying to stay off the radar. I think he's actually trying to put him.
Possibilities. I want shit out there.
I don't think he's trying to stay out of the radar. I think he's positioning himself in the crosshairs of the radar and letting the people that are looking through the scope know that I'm safe, that I don't subscribe to all this
Black power
negative action that's over here.
Multiverse going on right now.
So, because we don't know I don't know, maybe you guys do. I don't know what his upbringing was. I know he's from London, is all I know.
I think he's from Uganda, actually. Let me have a look.
It says he was born in London in 89.
He was born in London. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So if he was born in London, okay, that means London's big. So it depends on where he grew up and how he grew up and who he grew up around, which will shape who he is and his beliefs. But I know what he's probably around now, being in Hollywood, and it ain't like inner city. What do you think
he's around? He probably around.
He's not around inner city black people in Hollywood. If he's moving in those circles that he's moving in, doing the type of work that he's doing, he's not exposed to that at all.
Kentish Town.
Okay.
Did you guys see John Boyega during the Black Lives Matter? Did you see
Hyde Park, right?
Yeah.
Hyde Park. That was some passionate shit.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I expect. And he, you know, if John Boyega was to turn around and go, I just want to be an actor, I just want to be the black guy in Star Wars, I would go, okay, fair enough. You're in Star Wars. No criticisms. But you do a film like Get Out, you do a film like Black Panther, you do film like Fred, tell Fred Hampton's story. I expect you to do some research. I expect you to say something when people ask you about it to help further the cause. I don't expect you to just go, I was born in 1988. I don't know anything. Why are you asking me? Do you know what I mean?
It's really naive to think that there's no racism that exists even today, let alone 88 or 89 or whatever. Those comments piss me off. Like, if we were to like try and take in everything they say rather than what we see, then Dr. Umar Johnson has, probably has some points. And then obviously he does touch on some things that and he's knowledgeable in his areas of whatever research he does. But, and on the other hand, Daniel Kaluuya, he's obviously probably been asked these questions a bunch of times, and maybe he just had an off day and got fed up. But if you're telling me he's having these articles and he's really going into like, I denounce racism.
No, that's not what I said. That is not what I said.
No, I'm not saying you said that, but I'm just
I've
saying.
put the article for you to read, so you can read it and make your own mind up on what he said.
But if he does come across like that, if after reading the article, then it's just like, it's not very rich, him doing all these roles, and it almost makes you think, are you just caking off of this narrative?
Exactly.
And then
that's crazy. I mean, I've been giving out this possibility because I don't want to believe that that's what the fuck that is.
I hope not. Then when you watch the film, you're just gonna
be
not take it seriously.
Has anyone seen the film? Apparently, it's really good. I really want to see it.
I really like Lakeith. I really like Lakeith because he was in that show with Danny Glover, right? Donald Glover. No,
Community.
But he had a movie. What was it called? What was that movie called where motherfuckers turn into horses at the end?
Oh God! White people. No. What's it called?
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, no, it is that.
Sorry to bother you.
That Caucasian voice.
Has everybody seen that film? That is some fucked up shit.
I was gonna switch it off halfway through. I got kind of bored, and then I'm like, "What the fuck is with this horses thing?"
Exactly.
This is two different films.
I said, "What the fuck is
this?" That's crazy.
That shit was shocking.
So this guy is from a racist standpoint, racial standpoint, he's not participating in any of the discussion, which I kind of get, depending on how he's moving around Hollywood. You want to distance yourself from certain things, even though you may feel that you have or even though that the public may feel that you have some obligation to speak. I want to get to this really quick, and we don't have a lot of time. It's already 9:00. This topic that I threw up initially about this German doctor that found out that one of his patients was a member of some far extreme nationalist group and refused to give her care or continue to see her as a patient. I don't know how I feel about a doctor taking a moral high ground on certain things. I'm okay if you don't want to put my boyfriend or my lesbian partner on top of my cake when I come to your bakery and say I'm getting married, and you're like, I ain't baking no cake for no homosexuals. Fine. All right. It's your bakery. If you don't want to do it because of your religious beliefs, fine. Okay.
Did they say that was fine though? Didn't they say they said that
that was going to be struck off or something?
I'm saying it's fine. I'm saying it's fine. I'm saying it's fine because it's your shop, right? I'm saying it's fine because I own this bakery. That's like a KKK guy coming in saying, I want you to make me a cake with, me and my hood and my woman in her hood. I'm going to be like, I'm not doing that. I don't want your $200 for the cake. So I get it.
What happened with the doctor as a result of that action that he decided to take?
I don't know if anything happened to or with him. There's an investigation going on. Of course, she filed a complaint, and the thing it's ongoing. But where that's a tough question for me to even think about, because it's like I completely respect his decision, but I don't think that. I know we had this whole free in America anyway. This is Germany. I have the right to say what I want to say, and I have the right to be a part of some bullshit and assemble and demonstrate my bullshit under the Constitution. But as a doctor, or even say as like a police officer, don't I have an obligation to protect everybody that's a citizen, no matter what?
Yeah, that's $1 million question, isn't it? I mean, isn't that what I asked in the WhatsApp group, where not in those words exactly, but like, what obligation do you have? Like, can you say no because of your own morale, or do you have to stand by the code of conduct?
I think the real important question is, how urgent is the treatment? Because if the treatment is not urgent, then it doesn't matter, does it? She can find another doctor. So much about the doctor-patient relationship is based on the rapport that you have with your patient. It's based on the relationship as it is. And if you can't have a positive relationship, the doctor is actually probably doing the patient a favor, because if the doctor feels like they've been compromised and they can't be objective, then passing her on to another doctor who doesn't have a problem with it, as long as it's not something that's life-threatening or limb-threatening, there's time. It's like doctors who don't do abortions. It's like well enshrined in the law that you don't need to do the abortion, but you do have a responsibility to, pass them on to someone who is happy to, carry out that situation for that person, and obviously do it in a tactful, non-judgmental way. But I don't think it's when you posted it in the thing, I didn't think it was. Can you imagine? So, for example, you brought up the KKK. KKK is an alt-right organization. You have a alt-right KKK. In fact, you know what? At our practice, we have a statement that quite strongly says we do not tolerate racism. We do not tolerate transphobia, homophobia. If you come to us with any of that, we will remove, we'll go through the steps. Obviously, there's warnings. And then eventually, if you continue, you'll be removed from the list because
I take my swastikas off before I come into the doctor's
well, I
office,
think
though.
That's the thing. What if the patient wasn't racist towards the physician, but exactly they might have a tattoo or something, right? So they have those beliefs, but those are not permeating the consultation or whatever. Then that's okay to treat them? Yeah.
I believe that the professional in question has their own discretion. If you have a big tattoo of a Nazi sign on your face, then okay, yes, it might not be a part of whatever you're talking about, the fungal toenail infection, but it's still going to play a part. I don't know the details of this situation that was happening in Germany, but like I said, we have zero tolerance towards racism, homophobia, transphobia, all of that. So if you bring that into a consultation, any element of that, then you will be challenged. And if you don't respond appropriately to the challenge, the doctor-patient relationship becomes irrevocably broken. And in that case, you need to find a new doctor. And if it's not an urgent situation and your life is not at risk,
just find somebody else who's willing to treat you.
I don't
see what the problem is.
The woman's argument is she's not done anything. You're saying you got these signs up or whatever, and I'm not doing anything out. He never knew. The doctor never knew. He saw some shit on TV and was like, "Oh, I know her, and that's one of my patients." So it's not like she's come in, goose stepping in through the lobby saying Sig Heil, and they're like, "All right, bitch, you gotta get the fuck out of here." Nothing like that. She's just come in on her own, and he's like, I don't want to treat you because you're involved with X, Y, and Z.
What about doctors treating inmates?
Yeah,
I mean, where do you draw the line here? Where do you go, no, you've committed felonies, whatever crimes, and depending on...
No, that's not what happens. Doctors go...
No, I'm not, but I feel that this is kind of opening this can of worms, potentially. It's just a bit like, when does somebody's moral compass stop them from treating someone? I mean, going back to the Hippocratic Oath, I mean, what does that cover? Doesn't that necessarily do no harm? But I also feel that I don't think there's a get out clause saying, okay, I'm not going to do any harm by actually kind of abstaining from treating them. But yeah, I just feel there has to be a bit of a blanket stance, really. Otherwise there's just going to be too many variants depending on people's moral compasses. Yes, if they are subject to direct discrimination or something, violence or whatever during consultation, absolutely, that can't be tolerated. But I mean, what happens if somebody's got some STD because they had an affair and the person's like, actually, I'm a doctor, my spouse cheated on me and I absolutely hate people who cheat, so I'm actually not going to give you the most effective drugs. I mean, it's a very much a slippery slope.
Well, that shit exists in every aspect of life. I mean, that shit is pervasive no matter where you go.
I don't think that there's a parallel between treating someone who's had an affair and I don't know the details of this case.
I'm just saying, where does it stop?
That's it. Yeah. Those are all the details that were given. So, I mean, if you think about it, and she even said what you're saying, what were to be the case then if I were to have, you know, a life-threatening issue right now and I came to you, would you still not treat me? And then he, of course, went on to say, well, I would obviously be obligated to administer care to you.
100%, yeah.
And then, but her response to that was, which was rather out cold, was, how do I know that you wouldn't just shut the door then and then just let me die?
Yeah, but that's not that's like a emotional blackmail fantasy that she's come up. Like, what is that? Do you know what I'm saying? We have to have the ability of nuance, right? Things are not black or white. Things are very gray. And if you don't know the ins and outs of a situation...
Not to the racists. They're definitely black and white.
Well, if you don't know the great example I gave you is, I think that's the great one, is the abortion situation, which has been tried and tested many times before, you know, and a doctor, if it really goes against their whatever their religion, they don't have to partake in it, but they have an obligation to pass them on. You're not denying this person of care, full stop. You're not doing that at all. So this whole question about, like, you know, give the guy some credit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're right. We as doctors, we're supposed to be non-judgmental, 100%. But there are certain things that there's zero tolerance for. And we can name them. Racism. Basically anything that involves discrimination. Zero tolerance.
So if you knew someone was a member of, I don't know, name, insert far right extremist group
KKK.
Here, would you treat that person knowing who they were if they were, having a heart attack right now and they needed mouth to mouth?
Well, it's basically what you were saying. It comes down to how critical the situation is, right?
How the fuck you gonna save the doctor at a time like this? Let him answer that squirm question.
Listen. Me personally, if I find out someone's a member of an alt-right group, I'm not going to be like, I don't like your politics, I don't want to treat you. I personally wouldn't, right? I wouldn't have a problem. I'd just be like, whatever they do. But the thing is, you have to remember as well. Sorry, go ahead. What are you saying?
No, I'm just.
You have to remember, as a black doctor, yeah. Sometimes you'll get patients who are like, I don't want to see the black doctor.
Do you get that?
They're doing that right now. I read an article where this nurse had been a nurse for 20 years. Somewhere, maybe Manchester, I think, and they were like, are you qualified to do the job?
Yeah, see, that's their decision, but your decision is I hear what you're saying. Continue, Shima.
Yeah, so that's a different situation, because if then they say that and then I hear that and then I'm like, well, then how can this relationship work? Because also they're probably thinking, I don't know what, they're probably looking at me thinking, I don't know what race this guy was as well. You know, I don't know. You know, they're and who knows what he heard. So they're probably looking at me and they probably don't trust what I'm saying, you know, looking for reasons to disagree. Like I say, the therapeutic relationship is so important. So me personally, if I find out someone's a member of KKK, I'm going to be like, weird. I'm not going to say anything about it. I probably would discuss it with my people at my practice, given that we, you know, when you first walk in, we have this statement that says, we don't tolerate this, we don't tolerate that, you know what I'm saying? So as long as they keep that stuff out of the practice, you know what I mean? Then of course, and if it's an emergency situation, I'm not like, oh, yo, hold up, is this a good person here? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you call the ambulance. And in terms of mouth to mouth is old school, bro. You be watching too much Baywatch.
I'm just using that as an example.
It's all about chest compressions, baby.
I know.
What I'm envisioning right now is a Hollywood script where there's this doctor and he's got to like take care of this guy that's dying, but he's KKK member and shit. And then Chima is like, like the character and shit, and like, like
they might be mad at you for saving their life. You know, like
I was gonna come to that.
Yeah, right. That could be.
I don't want
to do like, you know, this could be a movie. It's just some Hollywood shit right here, bro.
I feel like I've come across more situations where patients are refusing to be seen or to be like examined over, like, let's say
100%.
ethnic practitioners or whatever, doctors refusing to treat the patient. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, maybe we're putting too much focus on what a very like rare scenario.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Oh no, 100%, bro, 100%. Doctors are out there putting their. Some of them are scared stiff, and they're still seeing people that refuse to wear masks. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know what happened with this German case.
Still open. We'll revisit it once something actually happens. She filed a complaint, and that was about as far as it went.
Yeah, of course she
now,
would.
so.
Of course she would. And you know, and the thing is, but I do think that the relationship is very important. And if the relationship has been broken for whatever reason, then the logical thing is to find someone that you get along with, and that benefits her as well. It's not it's not for the doctor's sole benefit. It's so the patient gets the best care, because we have to remain objective. You know what I mean? Same reason why you don't treat your family members or your friends. You can't remain objective. You have to remain objective at all times.
That's the note for this evening, folks. Remain objective. So says Dr. Chima.
What you said, Johnny?
What's that? We got to wrap up. What do you got, Johnny?
I said, I bet Chima could be a medium.
A medium? What's a medium? Like a spiritual
medium. Yeah.
Who connects humans to human beings to the spirit world?
Deep.
No, he couldn't. He doesn't even believe in any of that shit.
I'm so confused right now. I don't know
what do you mean. I'm a very spiritual person. I'm a very spiritual person.
He just doesn't believe in aliens, okay?
Yeah, spirituality and aliens, like aliens is just.
We'll podcast about that.
Fuck off.
Hold on. Do you actually think that aliens is like aliens is not like a subsection of spirituality? Aliens is
wait.
fantasy.
You said that maybe some, massive religious figures that have involved humanity are they human or something else?
Okay.
Hold on. What human or something else? Just
talking about key religious figures. Just saying.
No, but see, you don't have to be. Even though I consider myself a Christian, but you don't have to be religious to be spiritual.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually think spirituality and being religious are two things that
can
are
be at
mutually
odds.
exclusive. Yeah, I don't think they.
No. Yeah, I see what you're trying to say, and it's. I think it's a good point about religion, but I don't think that they are mutually exclusive.
Well, like, so help me understand, because I see it as
this
like
ain't no debate right here, Vaughn. This
is a debate we'll have on another podcast. I'm not. It's too late. I don't have the time to battle with this man with no weaponry coming to the battle right now. But it's fine. Next time,
gotta go.
Next time, we'll ease into it with a little Kardashian. We'll get you warmed up. We'll get into the
ease into a Kardashian, and then.
Okay, let's wrap this shit up. Everybody, let us know where they can find you, what you're promoting, and what you're doing. And we'll start with Chima Anya. Go.
What's up, guys? Chima Anya. Check me out, chimaanya.com. Coincidental drops tomorrow. New single from Modern Fairy Tale. You know we keep it moving. I'll see you all next time on the V3 TV show.
Johnny, man, I know you got some stuff.
Oh yeah. Just got this single that came out last week called The Drip that was featured in Wordplay magazine. And it's a project that I did with my bro Rob Zoo Music. And we just this was a little appetizer to what we got coming up for this spring. And if you want to check it, go on Spotify, go on all the different, go on Spotify, go on Tidal, go on Apple Music, and look up JV/Zoo, the drip. And more things to come. You know what I'm saying? We Mike Tyson in the ring with frog venom on the gloves. You know what I mean?
Damn, that's some heavy hitters, bro. You gotta hook me up with some press pack, man. I need that drip is too good.
Yeah, man, that was an interesting way that happened. We got a little master key system that we broke the code just a little bit with that track.
Beautiful.
So yes, but when the new shit comes out, be prepared. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so we're just grateful to be here. And by the way, I have to say I love this podcast because I feel like I'm getting like on the job kind of like media training type of shit. You know, and plus y'all are dope as fuck too. Shit.
It's a pleasure. We love to have you. Mr. Uwe, what you got?
What up? I am Mr. Uwe. I'm always eating. If I'm not eating, I will be burning the calories to balance out life. Just thought I'd put that disclaimer out there. You can find me on uwe.eats on Instagram.
Going to the gym.
What's that?
Oh, no, my bad.
Oh, yeah. No, so if you can catch me eating, reviewing and cooking all up on that Instagram. Holler at me if you want to collab, or if you want to eat, or if you want to not eat but watch me eat, whatever tickles your fancy.
Wow, check him out if you want to get tickled and you want to eat. That's what's up.
You want to get tickled, yeah. That's some niche shit going on
It's
there.
a whole nother lane you can go down in case that ooey stuff don't jump off the way you want it to. You can
chase that guy down.
Yeah, I was
give him
gonna
a
say,
tickle.
you can couple up with that guy that's looking for the chase.
I just hope the algorithms don't put me and R. Kelly in the same category with the Wii. That's what I heard about.
Nice. That's what's up. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. If you're on the new YouTube channel, which is the anti-robot and shadow ban channel, don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, because it's brand new. And we're not going to make it if you don't. V3TV UK is the new Instagram. It is the same as the YouTube channel. So we'll check you guys out next time when we do. And thanks for listening, watching, and whatever you're doing. And we'll see you when we do. Peace.